very warm welcome to our next episode of Heads Held High. I am in a room that has so much of energy because we've got young leaders. Not one, not two, not three, but 5 leaders from Sunshine Worldwide School. And this brings me to believe that leadership can be molded, can be honed in our youngsters, in the young youth of Goa. And here we are to go ahead and have that conversation. So a very warm welcome to all of you. And we're glad to have you here at CCR TV. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody who's watching right now?
Sure. My name is Diksha Chadha. I am the chairperson of SCBW.
Namaste, my name is Neil Mahajan. I'm the co-chairperson for the SCPW.
Namaste, my name is Manta Tingse and I'm a co-chair for the SCBW.
Namaste, my name is Parthivi Sawant and I am co-chair person for the SCBW.
Namaste, my name is Leon Verma. I am the managing director for a company in the SCBW.
I am very intrigued, managing director, chair, co-chair, and SCBW. There's so much that needs to be unpacked. I don't think we're going to have enough time. But we're going to get to this bit later. Remind me. I'm very interested. How cool is it? I mean, it's so cool to be said, I'm the managing director. And how, like, at 17 or 15, 14? I won't ask you your age. No, we're not going to do that. But I think that's so empowering to go ahead and have a title at a very young age, to feel responsible for something. I really want to go around the room and ask you all, how does it feel to be a leader? How does it feel to have that title?
Feels awesome. It feels like you're an authority. You have power. You have the voice to speak and address people. You have the right to address people's opinions, their problems, and all.
Yes, power for sure. Yeah.
Definitely, like as you were saying, it makes you feel like you have your own voice, especially because I know a lot of people, especially teenagers around our age, feel a little less empowered in the world and their school and at home and whatever. But this definitely gives us a voice to not only lead ourselves and make ourselves better people as it is, but we can talk for our other fellow students and we can all like grow together in that fashion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what they said, and additionally it teaches a lot about teamwork and leadership, and I've just found it to be a great experience.
Yes. What about the two of you?
The ability to make changes in like a hierarchy with your own voice and power, it feels amazing.
It does, right? Like
It
you
does.
matter. Parthy, what about you?
It feels like you have the responsibility which helps you in the future life. So,
Yes, of course. I totally agree. Yes. It helps you in the future. It makes you feel empowered. And when we were having a lot of discussions before this in our previous episodes, a lot of the students, a lot of the leaders said, when we were given more responsibility, somehow we became even more responsible. We kind of emerged out leaders. And in the 5th, 6th standard, when you're made monitor or you're made captain of I can see smiles all around, or you're made in charge of, let's say, this science project table. A leader emerges. You immediately, there's pens, papers flying, and you're telling people what to do. Do any of you have a recollection of when you were younger and you felt like, oh, I can lead? When was that? What was that moment? Do you have a moment or a time when you knew you could be a leader?
Well, I think for me, one was in 5th standard. This was during the science fair.
Ah, okay.
So I was put in charge of making I'm forgetting his name, but it was a cage to demonstrate that electricity cannot just pass through anything. Something similar to this. And I had to build a metal cage out of wire, which is I'm not really good at I think it's called armatures, art in that aspect. But I had, I think, 3 of my friends working with me, and it was just a lot of fun as well,
Yes.
to be able to solve problems with them and think of new solutions.
work together,
Exactly.
work as a team and put something up. What about you, Mantra? Do you have a recollection of when it happened for you?
Well, I believe it was in 5th grade, but I was chosen to be class monitor, and at that age, it feels really great to be chosen for anything.
It does.
So I think that was probably the first time, and after that, I've also been head girl once. So I really enjoy leadership.
Yes, yes, yes. Anything to add? A moment?
My most recent memory of me being able to think I can lead was like 3 months ago.
Yeah, when you got that badge.
Yes, when I got this badge.
Oh,
yeah.
that's nice, Leon. That's amazing. I like how he says it's very recent,
Yeah.
3 months ago. But for everybody who's watching, especially youngsters, if you're in the 4th standard, if you're in the 5th standard, if you have siblings who are in the 4th or 5th, give them a taste of being responsible, and trust me, that's where leadership emerges. I truly believe that when you give a child, even a youngster, to be responsible for something, it's amazing the things that they can do and the things that they can, achieve about it. You guys lead 3 months ago, is it?
Yes.
The
Yeah.
badge has been bestowed.
Mm.
Does the world move a little differently on a different level? Do you feel a little bogged down, or is it elation? What's the feeling?
I think it would be elation because I had to walk up to a stage and I got my badge and a certificate.
So in the investiture where you kind
Yeah.
of feel
Yeah.
like
Yes.
you've been knighted.
Yes, yes.
What about you guys?
It definitely feels really great, although it's not necessarily a night and day difference. So you're the same person, but you get these responsibilities and you learn over time. It's not that one day I was in chair and one day I was.
Wow, I like that. I like what Mantra said. It's not a night and day difference. There's this gradual move that happens. But I do know that, when you go home and especially when you're among your friends and younger class, students, they kind of look up to you and they go like, there's a halo on your head and you move
It's true.
differently. Did you all feel different feeling-wise? Did it feel different?
Yes, for me, I think the responsibility kicks in every day when I put this badge around, and I have this sense of feeling ki, yes, I'm the leader, and I have to step forward to take responsibility to get everyone involved and stuff.
Yeah, well, that's nice. What do you think as a leader you need to learn? Like for me, to be very honest, if I were to be a leader, if I am to lead, I know that I have to hone in me the quality of being more social. I know. But yes, more social and network more. That's something that I will have to learn. It's a skill that I will have to hone. And one quality that I believe that a leader must always have is that a leader needs to constantly be multitasking. As a leader, you need to be able to multitask. You need to be able to remember things. You need to kind of put your energy and resources there. What do you think you need to learn as a leader, and what do you think a leader must always have? We can start this way.
For me, I think I need to be more social, but 3 months ago I would not be here. After getting this badge, now I feel like I can step up and and go for events like this. Yes.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And what do you think a leader should always have? What's there?
Leadership, like managing your people
And
under you.
yourself.
Yeah.
I like that. I think it's self-explanatory. A leader should have leadership qualities. I like that. Would you like to add to it? What do you think is the one quality that should be there or must be there, or that you would like to learn?
A leader should be he or she should be connected to the people or the
Correct.
teammates.
Yes, absolutely.
And should motivate them to do certain things correctly or
yes,
to grow the
absolutely.
and
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I will take that. You need to be always working in a team and manage teams. A lot of the students have said that. Anything that you all would like to add?
Well, I definitely agree with what Leon and Parthavi said. One thing I've had to learn personally is time management, because I love being part of events, although you have to learn how to balance it all to make sure you're doing your best for everything.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I've been part of the SCPW for a long time, and I think the one thing that I mainly needed was critical thinking, and especially critical thinking on the spot, because even if you're forced to make fast decisions, it'd be best that those decisions are better or more wise
Yeah.
in hindsight. So
Wow, yes, I like that. I could quote you on that. That's a very wise answer. Critical thinking is something that you need to learn. I can say that verbatim. That was that great. Well, even if you have to make a fast decision in a moment of stress sometimes, in problem solving, you're making a better decision because you've honed the skill over a span of time. I like that. We're gonna put a bookmark there, and we're gonna get back to that. Yes. Diksha.
I agree with both Mantra and Neil. They said time management is important. They said critical thinking is necessary for a leader. I feel yes, time management with your studies, balancing with them, and taking up jobs because you have to be there. You've chosen to be the leader.
Yes.
And you've been elected for your qualities. So
Yes.
that's very required. And critical thinking again.
I totally agree with you. I think we're all in, on the same playing field, and we all believe the same things. Now, the big question, which you are waiting to see, and I am waiting to see, and we're both waiting to hear, is what is this? Chair, co-chair. There is an acronym that you used.
yes, this I was talking about the SCBW.
What's the full form of SCPW?
It's the Sunshine Corporate Business World.
Sunshine Corporate Business World.
Yes.
Okay. And what is a chair? Like, what do you mean with a chair or a co-chair?
So in any company, there would obviously be the CEO or the vice, or not like the president of a company. So we have a similar system
Okay.
in which in previous years there were not as many. This time we have roughly 16 or 12 or something.
12.
Wow. Okay.
And they help operate the multiple different companies that function within our school.
Okay. So we're going to try and break this. So in all the different schools that we've interviewed, there have been houses. So here there are no houses
There
per
are no
se.
houses.
There are businesses. Okay.
Yes.
And you
in
have
this one.
12 businesses. So if someone were to say, all the viewers who are watching, even myself, to kind of make the thing, there would be 12 different colors, like how you say 12 different houses. So you're looking at 12 different businesses.
Yes.
Okay. And each business has a chair, like a
Mhm.
chairman, chairwoman, chair, and a co-chair. So you're kind of chairing it together. Where does the MD bit come in here?
They basically head the companies, the 12 companies, the businesses as you said. They head the companies. I'm head of the media and marketing company.
Okay, so what are these 12 companies? Can you help us with, name any few of these 12 companies?
So I am the co-chair of education initiatives.
Alright, so there's education, you said
Media and marketing.
media and marketing,
I'm the co-chair for publications.
publication. So we're talking about printing and books and okay,
Yeah.
alright.
I'm the co-chair for lifestyle and retail. So
Okay,
The-
wow,
yeah.
lifestyle and retail, nice. And yourself?
I'm chairing the financial services company.
Okay, all right. So all these companies are different from the other.
Yes.
They're segments. Any others that are not here? Any other any ones that you'd like to mention? Like media gets into advertising. Is that anything to do with agriculture or food or food and beverage or
Lifestyle.
yes, there is a company called Sunshine Hospitality, which
Oh, wow,
I used to
okay.
be the director of operations for.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was part of that company for some 3 years.
Nice. So
I
we've
think-
got 12. Yes.
I think we should explain the positions.
Yes,
Mhm.
please. I think that would be nice. What are these
Definitely.
positions?
So it starts at the most base level, which is the general manager, which is applicable to any and all classes in the secondary section.
Okay.
Then it goes on to the managing director and the operating director or operational director, the
Okay.
MD and OD, who answer directly to the chairs and co-chairs.
Perfect.
Then there is also, and then above the chair and co-chair are just the promoters, which are some of the teachers that help out in certain companies.
Okay.
And not every company has both a co-chair and chair. I feel in Mantra's company publications, you have both a co-chair and chair.
Yes.
But for my company, Lifestyle and Retail, I'm the single co-chair heading the company.
Okay.
So-
All right. Wow, I like this. Very different, very interesting, and it is pretty much like the real world. I have worked in corporate segments before, and this is how they actually function. You have, and what I also like, and if correct me, you can get into the panel of a business model from the time you're in the 8th standard when you say higher secondary.
Yes,
It's
yes.
ninth,
Seventh.
but we have it all throughout the school. So
Okay.
even the primary section has been taking part in this, where
Okay.
we have companies and the learners there are given the opportunity to lead their companies.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Okay, so they
So
kind of like the pre-model of
Yes,
wow,
yes.
Yes.
while they come up.
In primary itself.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's very world-wise. You know, you come out knowing what it. I have a very funny question, and I know this is a little cute, but I want to know: do you all email each other? That would be so cool.
Yes.
Like
Mm.
about
Yes, we do.
yes, you
Yes,
do.
yes.
Oh, that is so cool. Okay, so you'll write it, dear, like
Yes.
like respected ma'am, we would like to do this. And,
Yes.
oh wow.
In fact, our applications for getting these positions were written in email. formally.
Oh, so you all apply to
Yes.
kind
Yes.
of have
Yes.
the position,
Yeah.
and what's the process like after that?
We had rounds of interview where we had to apply for the position. We had to prepare a CV, cover letter, and we applied for it, showing our interest and everything.
Of course,
exactly.
yes.
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 And then we had rounds of interview, one collective where our teachers, our educators, Mr. Ketan, we all sat together and we had a discussion. After that, we had rounds of personal interview where they asked us multiple questions.
Oh,
And
that's-
yeah.
That is amazing. I truly believe all of us youngsters need this at some point in our life when we're in the 10th standard, 11th standard, or maybe even higher secondary. We need to have gone through at least once in our lifetime, gone through an interview. I myself personally, I think my first interview, when I was actually applying for the job, and you're walking into that office with your heart thumping in horsepower, your heart's thumping, and you're like, now I'm going to go ahead and give the interview. But you guys seem to have had experience, and do you all conduct interviews also, considering your heads of businesses?
Yeah,
we are
We did.
prepared.
Yes.
How does it feel sitting on the other side?
Oh, it's not really daunting per se. It's rather fun. Once I got chosen for co-chair, I was able to interview some of the possible MDs for some of the companies.
Okay.
So we were sitting with the promoters and co-promoters of those respected companies, and the applicants would come in. We'd ask them random questions. I think one of my questions to them to gauge their quick thinking was, "What's your favorite color?"
Oh, okay. And that's very quick. You just have to
Yes,
snap
the
it
faster
out.
they respond, the better for them. So
Yes.
like,
Yes, and that's nice. And that's very interesting. What happens once these companies have been formed, these business entities have been formed? What's their function? What happens then?
Well, each of the companies have certain events that they help manage. For example, publications in charge of SALF, which is an event coming up in October. And currently we have Sanman going on, which I believe Educational Initiatives is in charge of. So each company basically helps run events.
Okay, so you run events in school and then you kind of organize them, which is lovely. Any other pursuits that this organizations go ahead with? How do you merge with the outside world? Because I believe you do that too.
My company, for example, Media and Marketing, is working on making a comic.
Oh!
Yes.
Nice!
And then in collaboration with Sunshine Publications, we're going to publish this and actually sell it.
Wow, so the two are going to kind of
Yes.
collaborate, the media. Are you going to be painting the comics? Is there like a groundwork done?
Yes, we have we are preparing a full team for this. There'll be illustrators, script writers, story writers, all of that.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes.
And do you know the theme of the book that's going to be out?
Right now we are basing it off of our school philosophy,
All right.
but after that the students can decide what they want the topics to be.
Oh, that's nice.
Make it-
Have you all published like this before? Has the school published before?
Yes.
Oh, well, Publications is our in-house publication office. So we have a newsletter that goes out every month
Wow.
and various other things.
Oh, okay.
I think our principal has also written a book which was published by our publication house.
Oh,
So-
that's nice. So there is, this moves out into the outer world in that sense, and it kind of merges in. Anything else? I like the idea of publications and educations just having had the event. What's something that you guys have done, let's say, in your department, in your business?
So, well, for me, I've just been working with lifestyle and retail for a while, so we haven't done much. But I know with hospitality, definitely I've done a lot of work. We've headed the night camp, which is like a overnight stay at the school for the
Oh,
kids.
that's fun.
Mm.
My God, lots of responsibility
Oh,
to.
yeah, yeah. So we headed that a couple times. Then we also worked in collaboration with a lot of different companies, and that's a very common thing.
Okay.
So we work with different companies for catering, like just anything to do with hospitality. If it's an event per se, then we can be managing the caterers, or we can be
Correct.
managing the decorations or something. like
Lovely.
this.
How does the accounts play into all of this? How do you?
We have been, it's mostly inside companies. We have our research sector to work upon. So during, we also have a 45 minutes class every Tuesday where we sit together and work upon how we're gonna plan this all
Yes.
and
okay.
execute it further. So we
Like a
have-
business meeting.
Yes.
It is,
You
yeah.
got you schedule in a
Yes.
business meeting. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, so 45 minutes every Tuesday. We sit together. We research upon how the real life companies. Let's say, for me, we have SBI and all that.
Yes.
So we are researching about that, and we show that in our business conclave, which is another event that we have.
Oh wow, business
Yes.
conclave. And what do you do there? What's the
We
business conclave about?
we pitch in our research, our business ideas, and potential investors. They come forward, and if they're interested in investing in our business idea, they do that, and then
You've got a mini Shark Tank of
Yes.
your own. You've got a tiny mini Shark Tank of your own.
Yes.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Does this? Do you all plan? It sounds remarkably. I'm even lost for words. If a teenager, a youngster, a youth going out into the world has all of these qualities under their belt to communicate clearly, to work in a team, to pitch an idea, to answer an interview, to think critically, I think you're so much more prepared for the world. Do you all plan to open this out to other schools? How does this go? Is this open for initiative to other schools, or this is just a very sunshine thing?
Well, we'd love if other schools integrated something like this. As you had mentioned, it's very useful for our futures. We learn about the corporate world, about taking interviews and etc. And we would definitely love if other schools also participate in something similar, because it's not just for the chairs and co-chairs. Everyone gets experience if you're in first grade or in 12th. It's very
Yeah.
useful.
Yes, I think in whichever grade you are in, you bring so much more out of it. I like the idea. How do you think this? I have been, of course, appreciating it from the core. But what do you think? Where do you feel that these skills help you? And you know it better than I do, to prepare you for the future. What is it that when you do, you go like, this is going to help me when I grow up? Is there something that you kind of think of?
And like she said, communication abilities will definitely help you in the future. Then there's management that we learn here. That'll also help us communicate again. There's a lot of things actually, leadership, and like we've already mentioned a bunch of them, critical thinking.
Okay. Anything special coming for this academic year where you all are planning something with your business conclave?
For the business conclave, not so much. It's just gonna be again the companies researching about other companies outside in the real
Correct.
world. But for the first time ever, we're trying a sort of mock G20, the recent
Ooh.
G20 that happened in Goa.
Okay. Like a global
So-
summit.
yes.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Okay,
So
nice. And how is it gonna pan out?
It's very simple. Like all of our students will be delegated some sort of country,
Okay.
and certain like some of the co-chairs as well will be, or the chairs will be assigned like
A country.
like yeah, the chairperson for a country.
Okay.
So previously I was the chairperson for Italy.
Okay.
So I was supposed to manage all the meetings and everything for
Correct.
the Italian delegates,
Correct.
and that was going to happen alongside the Model United Nations, the Sun Month
Correct.
that I mentioned earlier.
Yes. So, oh wow, you're gonna. So I can imagine then you have to research about the country and its population and what it likes. You're gonna have to have your profile ready, and that would mean a lot of research. Does this happen along with school studies while you are doing all of it?
Yes, yes.
How do you manage your time? Please tell me.
So we have, as Diksha had mentioned, a 45-minute class on every Tuesday where we all sit together and we get that time to utilize for this. And additionally, it also teaches us time management because we get to go home and do research as well.
Yes, because I do believe too, if you have to even for a minute, let alone for a summit, be representing a nation, you really need to know the nation well. It's going to involve a mammoth amount of research.
Definitely.
So basically each company has they've divided the countries into every student will have their own country, and then from these companies these students will come together to form the country. Therefore each student has their own topic to research about. So everyone will have their own topics, and then this is basically what it comes together to form the entire research. So they come together and share all of this.
Yeah, I like that. I right now can name 10 reasons why Sunshine Worldwide is an absolutely unique school, which is of course fostering very young and brave individuals. But would you like to share with everybody who's watching and me, why is Sunshine different? Why is it unique? Why is it so special to you?
Well, at least for me specifically, Sunshine definitely helped me like find what it is I wanted to do with myself and my career in life, and that is physicist, just saying. And it it helped me sort of identify that okay, I don't like this, I like this, I don't like this, I like this, and it helped me narrow down who I want to be and what I want to do.
That's nice because you've tried multiple things.
Yes,
So
yes.
you kind of, with the power of elimination, like
Yeah.
maybe this, maybe not that. Oh, that's nice. You have an array of information and you say, okay, these are the 5 top things that I like, and then you narrow it down from
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
That's good. What else?
Another thing I think that the school is unique about is that they give us opportunities to actually experience these, since we have, like I mentioned, all the event managing, but we also have a bank, so you can actually go into the bank and it's a functioning bank.
You have a functioning bank in your
Yes,
school?
yes.
Like with a teller?
Yes.
Like-
I'm the president.
Oh wow! Oh, because yes, it comes under your
Yes.
business. So people actually have bank accounts where you kind of save money and
Yes, we have interest, we have loans. Yes,
You
we
can
have all
create
that.
an account.
you can create an account.
Yeah.
Even
Wow!
outsiders.
Oh wow, that's nice. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I don't mean like add more to it. I'm like, wow, okay.
All right, okay,
so
okay.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yes, to be able to manage finances is one of the biggest life skills that we need to have, and that seems to be in action. Something special for you about the school?
Yes, they have like, I wanted to start a business, so they have cleared my way. Like
Your path, your
Yeah.
idea.
now I know how to start. Like
Yes.
what I need,
Correct.
what should I start from?
Correct. To be given the pathway of how. You know, you sometimes know what you want to do and how you want, you know, not how, but you know what you want to do. You have this vague idea, and then someone says, okay, the first step you need to take is write a mission statement or have a vision, and then, you know, create a path from there. It's nice to help. We all need a little bit of help, and, you know, to have that coaching along. What about you, Diksha?
For me, I'd say I've made great bonds in this school. I've had a group of friends who were so supportive during my downfalls or the
Yeah.
best of times.
Yes.
So that, And definitely one thing that I love about the school is that it has taught me to stay connected to my roots, to understand my culture, to comprehend it, to portray it in at times. And even if you're outside, if you're not in school, if you're outside and in the world, you should be portraying it. You should be proud of it.
Yes.
So that's one thing I loved about.
Yes, I truly believe that when you go outside, the schools are like these little capsules of joy. I don't know if you watched the movie about emotions, Inside Out, and you know it's like you're in this little globe of a bubble, a beautiful one, and then when you come out, when you've passed, you know, you've completed your basic education and you've moved on, then life comes to you, and then you take all that you have learned, your friends especially, and you kind of move into that. All right. It's been an interesting conversation, a conversation where I truly feel like this is something that we need. This is something that is absolutely, I see young, youthful faces with a lot of determination and with a clear mindset and with the tools that, you know, you need to. Trevor Noah, I don't know if you know who Trevor Noah is. He's a stand-up comedian. He wrote a book, Born a Crime. And he said, in our generation, we don't need to only be taught to fish. There was this proverb that says, if you want to feed a man for one day, give him a fish. If you want to feed him for a life, teach him to fish. He took that proverb a little further and he said, I think in today's generation, we also need to equip our youngsters with a fishing rod. You can't just teach him to fish, he also needs the equipment to go out, because it's so fast paced and so, you know, in a certain sense cutthroat outside, that you also need to be equipped. And that's what I see when I talk to you guys, that you all seem to have the equipment to walk out. It could be learned skills about coming out, speaking. It could be knowing how to manage yourself, and not just in skills, but having, when you go outside and say, hey, I've handled a business before, they're going to look at you differently and they're going to talk to you differently, while being grounded to your roots. I think that is absolutely lovely. Do watch the entire video again, because I am going to kind of take more from it. And thank you guys for being here. Thank you so very much for being here. And I look forward to the G20. We're probably going to keep an eye out for that. And best of luck for all your endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.